Showtime decided early on that we weren't just going to have a couple of dedicated edit suites that people would check out. We gave a workstation to every producer, designer, editor on the floor and said, this is yours. When a producer owns the means of production, one is it encourages an experimentation because there's no clock ticking, so you can really just try something you've never tried before. All the Adobe products that we use, After Effects, Premiere, Photoshop, and Illustrator, have a very similar interface and are interoperable. After Effects is a compositor, and a very, very detailed, precise compositor. Premiere is an editor with compositing attributes to it. Someone will first lay out some type in Photoshop, and then they'll import the layers into After Effects, and from there they'll create a graphics wrap. At the same time, someone else is working on a Premiere file that's the body of a particular piece. And then within Premiere, we'll import the After Effects product as the end pages or as the graphics wrap, and we'll take Premiere as the body. Premiere's ease of use is one thing, but also the fact that we can have professional working features in the same interface is really great to work on, easy entry point and very powerful high-level tools at the same time. Basic tools that we need, trimming functions, slip and slides, proper keyboard shortcuts, or three-point editing is quite important to an editor, and it's all there.
The following movie is rated R.
It's so much more valuable to be able to see the material, click it, move it, adjust it right in front of you. The cost savings for us is quite dramatic, particularly in working with Premiere, which is by far the most cost-effective editing package that is out there. It's not just about saving the money. We can also do things faster, cheaper, and actually more empowered. The fact of the matter is we produce 5 networks, 365, 24/7, and we could not do it without the Adobe product suite.
My training at Art Center has been in traditional graphic design and packaging. So I heard about this After Effects class and being able to animate and bring your 2D kind of print designs to life. And I think that class has had a profound effect on what I do, because I was introduced to this way of working that was just so fascinating for me. Blind was started with very little money. After Effects allowed 3 people that were great friends from school to have a company and to work for ourselves, and it actually allowed us to work on very high-end projects with the kind of equipment that we have. K2 was a rare project for us. It was a commercial that was designed to be very graphics intensive, where there was a lot of type, these adjectives that somebody might feel. I think the degree of control that you have with the program, the interface, it being extremely intuitive. There's a lot of precision. If I want to slow an object down, I have a lot of control adjusting the curves and the keyframes. One of the great features of After Effects is the ability to, while you're working on a comp, to open up that particular file and open it up in Illustrator or Photoshop, make a minor adjustment to it, and then it automatically saves the changes, re-imports it into After Effects. I think that's a huge, huge time-saving feature. Having After Effects, it's at the core of our business. Without it, we probably would not be able to work in the capacity that we do as an independent company.
Second Story is a design firm that my partner and I formed. We specialize in website design. Without the Adobe products, we wouldn't be able to do what we do today for the web. With the National Geographic Project for expeditions, we were faced with the challenge of showing physical characteristics and how they affect the Big Island of Hawaii. And we thought, how are we ever going to communicate this? And after doing some sketches and comps in Photoshop, we realized that we could build certain vector files, like the arrows, for example, in the wind, in Illustrator, bring those into Photoshop, create a sequence, and we could then import that into After Effects, and we could animate the arrows within After Effects. We could create masks and motion paths and track the wind cycle and the arrows coming in and how they would break apart. With the capabilities of streaming video on the web now, we're able to use Premiere and edit our video sequences and sync up the audio and export streaming video from Premiere. The products are amazing. And even though we're a small studio, we're able to get professional quality software, but for a fraction of the price.
At Digital Domain, I have a variety of tools to use, to choose from. When it comes to pre-visualization, it just makes a lot of sense for me to use Premiere. It's a cost-effective way, and also a way to be very spontaneous when you're being creative. You've got 900 frames to tell a story, and you better use every one of those 900 frames very judiciously. I've drawn 50 storyboard frames for a 30-second spot, but I don't have a clue as to what frames will work in the commercial and what frames won't work in the commercial. The story opens with a mouse. He gets up on his hind legs and he sees the most magnificent piece of cheese ever. The camera pulls out from an over-the-shoulder of the mouse. This maze is the size of Cleveland. You cut to a shot, camera's on the deck, he's backlit, this heroic shot of him holding this torch, and he heaves the match, and you see the match flying end over end, slow motion, into the maze and blows the maze to bits. It's the perfect pre-visualization tool. The filters are just great. You know, being able to do, wipes and keys, that's a lot of power. I mean, what used to take me a production switcher, 5 years ago to do, I'm doing it in Premiere on a cost-effective platform. That's a great tool.